Hey, Paul Marr here. This is Smart Financial. I'm going to show you how one of our grandparents saved their son $267,000. Any grandparent can do this. And this is one of the ways that grandparents can help their kids, even if they're not Rockefeller and they're not Mark Cuban and they're not one of the billionaires. These techniques are designed for regular middle-class families who just want to have a little bit of wealth transfer from grandpa to the little people in their life. In this particular case, his grandson, who was 24 years old, getting his first house. Grandpa was 70, didn't have like a ton of money, but he had a little bit of extra cash flow. He heard about a thing called the annual gift tax exclusion. Right now in 2025, you can give to your grandchildren $19,000 a year with no paperwork, no taxes. That's why they call it exclusion. Exclusion from everything. They couldn't quite afford that much, actually. But he thought that he could give his grandson about $12,000 a year over the next few years because this little fellow was buying a house. He worked hard. He got some deposit money together from all of his relatives, and he was taking a mortgage. It's a $405,000 mortgage at 6.5% over 30 years, so he could afford the payment. The total amount of interest that you're going to pay is $516,000. So, in order to help his grandson with this small amount of money, we set up a program where he could pay that extra $12,000 a year to turn his 30-year mortgage into a 15-year mortgage. The actual amount of money every month that grandpa had to contribute was about $915 that he paid as extra payments to reduce the cost of the interest on the loan from $516,000 total. He saved his grandson $267,000, and in 15 years, he paid off that mortgage and he only paid $249,000 in interest. This is a huge gift from grandpa. And he didn't have to break his CDs and go into his retirement fund and do a lot of extreme stuff. He just said he could afford to give his grandson $915 a month to accelerate a 30-year mortgage. Accelerating a mortgage is really smart. But if you're a young person and you got your first house and you can barely afford the mortgage at the 30-year rate, very difficult to do that 15-year. So he extended $915 a month more, paid it directly into that mortgage principal, got that mortgage rammed down to a 15-year mortgage. It doesn't mean you need to be a zillionaire to help your grandchildren get into real estate and help them pay less in interest. My old Sicilian father used to say, dummies pay interest, smart people collect interest. For more tips and techniques on how you as a grandparent can help build multi-generational wealth in your family, help your young grandchild pay off a mortgage sooner, stay in touch with us by following us on this channel, follow our podcast, and I'll see you again next time on Smart Financial. Paying less interest is just part of the art of being smart.